Welcome to the Sportsman Show. I am your host, Joe Musil, in a festive way because it's a week before Christmas, along with my other festive co-host, Jason DeCarolis, Coachy.
Hi, Joe. It's DeCarolis, but you've been trying for the last 28 episodes. But hi,
28.
Everybody.
We're up with it.
It's less than a week away from Christmas. I hope everybody this year stay safe about it. If you are going to a party, just hope there isn't too many people, or you'll have to excuse yourself and have to leave.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, just be safe this year. Be smart. Get through this year. It's the light of the tunnel is happening. The vaccines are out there and stuff. They're being approved. Everything else.
Yeah, the only bad news is, even though the hospitalizations are going down, unfortunately, it's been most of them that passed away.
Yeah, I know. That's unfortunate.
That's not, and the positivity rate is still a little
climbing,
pretty high up there. Still high.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
So, but anyway, I want to start off with my sport today because there is a little bit of a nice little thing that I read last night. They were talking about it, and they agreed to it. They just got a vote on it. But the National Hockey League is scheduled to start January 13th with a 56-game season in place. Oh, no, my brother's calling. It's telling my brother I'll call him back.
Put him on. He's a guest. He's on the show.
I know.
Put him on speaker.
I would, but that's my football guys. We're in fantasy football for the semifinals.
Okay.
So, but anyway, I need to fix this camera.
Yeah, I know. You're all.
Yeah, I'm good now. Yeah, it was hanging low.
You were supposed to put the Christmas tree back up there.
I know, but they elected not to. But
they elected not to. Yeah.
So we have a 56-game season. I think it's going to be just conference. It might just be conference play, but all the Canadian teams are going to be in all one division, and there is a possibility, because they have still not opened the borders yet, they may have to let these Canadian teams play in United States arenas for the time being until it gets cleared. They still have to vote. They still have to approve it. We think it's going to go well. More than likely, we're going to probably start with no fans, more than likely. Until and then maybe the playoffs, they'll allow some fans. You're not going to see a full crowd this year. I will tell you that right now. You will not see it.
No.
Everybody's hope, for all our sports' sake, is for next year everybody gets back into the stands, at least 50% capacity. And, but I'm very happy that this got signed. So we're going to be playing hockey 23 days from now. I don't know when training camp will officially take place. I would assume it'll probably start after Christmas.
Yeah, probably.
But I'm very happy that this happened. Now we just got to hope for the best. Nobody gets spiked or nobody gets zonked or teams got to postpone or anything like that. But there is more details to come. But this did come down this morning. So I was very happy about it.
Okay.
Now the NBA, and I'll let you talk about that in a second, it starts Tuesday. Okay.
Yeah,
I know everybody, all the NBA fans are getting excited. I know a lot of people are like, please let us into the arenas. I'm like, no, that's not going to be that easy.
That's not happening. Nope.
No.
That's not happening.
Everybody's getting ready. They're making their final roster cuts and everything else. I've seen James Harden is still not happy in Houston right now. He still really wants out.
Yep. I mean, he had a pretty nice performance last night or a couple nights ago.
No, he's only showing now to so he can get his improve his trading skills.
Yeah. Yep. So
that's the sad part about it. Kyle Irving's still trying to say that he really doesn't want to talk to the media. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, another $25,000 if you want to start this.
Yeah, Kyrie Irving is not talking.
But
Kevin Durant came back couple in his.
I heard he looked good.
He looked good. He tore up the Celtics pretty good for 25 points. So
yeah, so I think everybody is now ready for the hype, and I hope this is a good NBA season. I know we're going to still lose a lot of money. The NHL is going to lose money too, but the question is, the vendors are probably not going to get into the place this year. They're probably not going to be able to do concession stands, at least for the time being. So
Yeah, I know. It's not going to feel like the
No,
regular seasons that we had. It's
no,
going to take
no.
until
It's not
next
like
year.
what's from the
It's
normal
going
situation.
next year, hopefully with the vaccine and stuff like that, everything
No,
will be back to normal.
absolutely, absolutely,
We'll be in the XL Center watching the Wolfpack.
absolutely. Well, remember the AHL has a little longer than the NHL, unfortunately.
Yeah, a
They
little
don't
bit.
come back till February, and I don't know if they're going to play or not. I've already heard one league postponed start of the season, one league already canceled. So, you know.
Yeah.
And then I get now. This is what we didn't get a chance to talk about last week. So now this is the opportunity to debate about this. Ohio State.
Ohio State. 5 games they've played. Or did they play the 6th one?
No, they played only 5. They had to go to the Big Ten facilities, and they had to go cry wolf because the Big Ten conference rules slated if you did not play 6 games, you weren't allowed to play in the college football championship game. Well, they went over to the office, and they had a vote, and apparently the Big Ten wanted to change their heart. And I said, yeah, this is money purposes for Ohio State.
Yep,
this
it
the
is.
exact reason why.
Yep,
So
it
I'll
is
let
money.
you talk about that, Joe, why Ohio State doesn't really need to belong here.
Well, it's more or less, should the college playoff be expanded this year and grow a little bit to 8 teams? I mean, you got Cincinnati, you got Texas A&M at like 8-0 and stuff like that. And I mean, for the past four years, we've had the same 4 teams in the playoffs.
Not this year, though. Notre Dame.
But it's still a Power 5 conference, or it's still a power teams. There's still.
And the worst of it is for Texas A&M right now, who's number 5.
Yep.
It takes one of those 4 teams to get beat, and they're in.
Yeah, it takes.
And you know
but
what? And
I don't
actually, Texas A&M does have a chance because Clemson's playing Notre Dame in the ACC championship. Is it going to make a big effect? It depends on how the game goes today.
Yeah, it depends, but hopefully, see, what we like about March Madness, we get 64 teams.
Yep.
And we get a whole bunch of little guys that colleges that we've never seen before, never really heard of, and stuff like that. But I mean, they get a chance to upset these big guys. They get to upset the Dukes, the Arizonas, the UConns, and stuff. These power
Duke, Kentucky,
Kansas, everything. Yep. They get to upset these teams. They get to go, prove that they can play some basketball too.
Right. Especially you got a team who's between a 12 and a 16 seed who have never had the experience before. Remember, we've had one team like Butler who made it almost won the championship game. Actually, they came about a couple feet short from beating Duke.
Yeah, they did. They did.
And there's colleges that you've never heard of before that who have never made it this far before. I will say that every year in the NCAA, one team out of a very high seed or low seed is going to win one game, maybe get to the Sweet 16.
Yep, and that's thrilling. That's very thrilling to see
you have
and
some
stuff.
Moments like when Villanova played North Carolina, and it came down to the last shot. I had, as a clock keeper, I had to watch and make sure that this guy got it off in time because the ribbons, streamers, and confetti were going off. It's like, please don't tell me that this was not after the buzzer, or otherwise these poor people got to clean the floor. And I just looked at it and says, oh, yeah, he got it well out of his hands. It was all done. Villanova won that game. So,
yeah. So this year, college football, what's wrong with it? Is it just money and the Power 5 conferences just getting
money has something to do with it. If you really want to do this, at least expand this to 8 teams, at least.
especially this year, in a COVID
Yeah.
year where you got a
I
chance
mean,
to.
the one team you really don't hear about this year who's made a lot of noise is Coastal Carolina.
Yeah, I don't think they be
No, if they
a good
go on,
fit.
they win their championship, they won't be going to they won't be going to a national championship semifinals, but they will get a big time bowl game.
Yeah, they will.
You
But
know, when you beat BYU like that, and it was the last second too, by the way, that BYU came in and played Coastal Carolina.
yep.
It takes probably one more win for them. Congratulations, you're going to find yourself in a major bowl game.
Yeah, out of the 25 bowls that are happening,
I believe I counted there's 31 this year.
31. Holy crap!
31. Yeah, there are a few games that have canceled. There's a few teams who are opting out, not playing the bowl games this year.
Yeah, and those teams.
So but that's not all. It's not just Ohio State. I posted this last night.
Yep.
Brian Kelly, the head coach of Notre Dame, has stated he would like to see the parents of these kids go to the game and watch them play. I have no problem with that. I respect that. It's one thing the fans that just go to the games because you get all psyched, you have a tailgate party. This is completely different. And from what I have read, if they go to the Rose Bowl will not have any fans this year in Pasadena, California. And Brian Kelly has already stated he is threatening not to go to the Notre Dame to go to the playoffs if the parents aren't allowed to go. It's a tough situation right now because unfortunately in California they just extended the sports no sports play right now in the Bay Area.
Well, if Notre Dame cries and makes a big mess about no fans, or no parents or anything like that, just play out the rest of the season. It's not a normal year. You have to understand that. And just play out the rest of the season. Don't cry. Just be happy that there's football. There couldn't have been football this year. A lot of conferences don't even have football or anything or are playing anything. So Notre Dame, be lucky that you're in a conference and eligible to play for the national championship. Have your parents watch it on TV. Turn on the tube, sit at your house, watch your kid. Guaranteed they'll show some close-ups of the
like
kid.
They have all year. They've been showing all the fans watching the games on TV with every single game so far.
Yeah, don't. I think that's rude of Notre Dame to make that statement in a year like this.
And let me add something to this.
Yep.
They were this year in football. They are independent. The ACC were the ones who invited them to come play in the conference.
And they were lucky to do that.
They're lucky they went because they actually could have said, no, we're not playing this year. Like UConn football, they didn't play this year.
Yep.
Okay. Notre Dame had the same boat. San Jose State is and BYU are both independent. They went ahead and played their games.
Yeah.
Okay. But as my family said, Notre Dame sometimes can get a little bit greedy because they call it so-called, and you'll agree, it sounds like they're a rich school. Okay.
Well, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You mean in every other sport that Notre Dame plays, okay, they have to be in the conference. They can't be independent. So if you're going to be in the ACC, why not join them in football too? Just make it easy for everybody instead of thinking, no, we're too good. We need to play in the independent.
Yeah.
Give a break.
Yeah, give her a break on that stuff. Come on.
For crying out loud, the ACC conference were the ones that let Notre Dame come in here and look. And great, they're undefeated. Maybe today's the day Clemson gets their revenge, but
yeah, hopefully Clemson just knocks them out of the playoffs and they get
like I said, Joe, it all hinders on how the pace of the game goes because they could be playing each other again a third time this year.
Well, if they let in a one-loss Notre Dame team over Texas A&M, it's perfect. That's
where I think Texas A&M belongs in there. If Notre Dame and Clemson each have one loss, then what do you do?
Yeah. One of those schools have to be out.
Yeah, and that's happened before too. Where both, even though you lost, you still make it to the championship, even though you go down to a 4.
Yeah. So we're all for expanding this year to 8 teams.
Yup, instead of just 4. Which, by the way, they're going to announce tomorrow all the bowl games and stuff. So.
Yep.
And of course the championship game isn't until January 11th. So.
Yeah.
They have a while, but this has just been too much this year. So
I agree.
So, but college basketball wise, I have seen quite a bit of that. While I've been waiting for hockey to come back, I'll probably still watch quite a bit of college basketball that I can, unless hockey gets crazy again. I think so far, everybody's been battling okay. There've been some times where, of course, you've had teams where they don't play, or they can't play because of the pandemic, or someone got tested. Even the UConn men are finally playing a game tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, they wait like 3 weeks to play a game finally?
About 2.5 weeks. Yeah. They've already canceled like 4 games.
So yeah, it's going to be you're not going to get all your games in. You're going to have to play what you can. And if they put a bubble around 64 teams in some kind of area to play March Madness, that's what it's going to look like.
They're already planning. They're planning on doing that already in basketball when they get to the tournament. The men's are going to be held in Indianapolis, Indiana, and the girls are going to be held in San Antonio, Texas. That's already been announced.
Well, hopefully they put all the games on CBS and let us watch all the games.
Oh, no. There's no way with the men they won't. It all depends on where they're going to play in arenas in Indianapolis or somewhere near close to it. Those other networks are going to have to find a way to put the games on for them. You know how it is, Joe, heaven forbid.
Yeah, I know, but I like the good CBS old days when CBS was just in control of and it was a fun time.
Yeah, it was like you get the closest team to home to play, and then once they expanded it, they're like, "Yep." Then here comes the whole package deal. So
yeah,
but anyway, all right. I've had my fun with the college football. I was waiting to say it was a whole week before I could talk about why these teams don't belong and why they do so. But I do want to mention before we continue, we all saw this play, LSU against Florida. After they thought Florida stopped them on 3rd down.
Yep.
Whoops. Let's kick a shoe 20 yards down the field and get a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty, which killed Florida.
Yep.
For any of you who saw that was uncalled for. There was no need. Why would you do something like that?
Yeah. Why?
It's like that was probably the embarrassing moment of the week.
Probably. Yep. I agree.
Or close to it. So, but all right. Joe, go ahead on your next topic. I figured I had my time, so go ahead. Cheers.
Let's see. We covered the NBA. We covered college basketball. We've done quickies on everything. You want to get?
We've already covered on hockey already too. So that's out of the way.
That's out of the way.
Yeah, let's go ahead with the NFL thing, because remember, everybody, there were 2 football games on a Saturday night on a Saturday this week.
There will be 2 games. This Saturday.
2, and then next Saturday there's 3.
Yep.
Plus a Christmas Day game too.
Yeah, nice Christmas Day game. Nice.
Yep, I think it's Minnesota and New Orleans, I believe.
I believe so too. I believe that
I think the game's I think it's at 5 o'clock, I think.
Yep.
Just make sure of that. Just take a look at my schedule here. Yeah, Vikings at Saints 4:30. Then Saturday there's 3 games, and then Monday there's a few, and Titans and Packers, good. And of course the Patriots play next Monday night. Yay.
Yeah, Patriots season is
3%
pretty much done.
3% done. Oh, if they lose to Miami, it's definitely done. If they beat Miami, there's a small chance. I'm giving them a little bit of hope, but anyway.
Let's start with the Thursday night game of New England and the Rams.
Did we talk about that last week?
A little bit. We previewed it. We didn't talk about the outcome.
Okay. This game was rotten to the core right off the bat.
Yeah.
And do not blame the defense. We were decent with the defense through the whole game. It's the offense that never got going, and the Rams defense showed its true colors when they knew Cam Newton was going to go for it on fourth down. He tried to run the ball in for a touchdown, even though he tried the fake option to Harris.
Yeah, and he got tackled immediately.
Of course, and we only scored a field goal the whole night. Of course, the Rams, what killed us was the touchdown right off the bat for an interception.
True.
That was lights out pretty quickly. So overall, I mean, it took me a day to get over this because I was not happy the next morning at all. I was in a very not so happy mood the way we played, and I blamed that game on the offense. Yeah, even the entire offensive line in the fourth quarter just gave it up and threw in the towel.
Well, is it time to let Cam Newton ride some bench?
Bill Belichick is saying no, but I would say it's time. Once they can't make the playoffs, let's put Cam on the bench and let the other one get a shot.
Jason Statham.
You got it.
Statham. Yeah, actually, you have to. If you don't beat Miami, you have to let Statham play some games and stuff. You got to see what he can do. You got to see if he can play because the Patriots have to look for a quarterback. I mean, Cam Newton's not the answer. He's not even a long-term answer.
No, he's a one-year answer.
And he wasn't even an answer. He was a medium player.
Well, how many games did he really look good in all the games? I would probably say the game against Baltimore, he looked good. The game against Seattle, he looked good. Not toward the end, though, of course. Buffalo, he blew it. There were games that he should have not – Baltimore, he should have never actually won.
Yeah, true.
That was an upset. Believe me, I was in shock when they won that game. I was like, come on, let's go, guys, get this win. And if they finish the season 8-8, okay, that's respectable. But I couldn't even believe that there was a report that I read that Matt Stafford is going to go to the New England Patriots. I said, oh, jeez. You know, I'm not all for that.
No, I'm not. I'm not for Matthew Stafford coming from Detroit. No, I don't.
He's been there for 10 years.
Yeah, I don't think that's an answer either.
No, I mean, I don't see it happening. I mean, yeah, probably Matt Patricia's going to come back as our defensive coordinator next year, but
yeah, maybe he'll come back and stuff like that. But he needs a job.
Yep.
So.
And of course, Belichick is not – they're not going to make Belichick go until he quits himself.
Yeah, he's earned it to quit or retire.
Yep.
He's earned that.
Yeah,
but the whole season so far for the New England Patriots has just been
C-.
Yeah, about average. About C-. Nothing.
That's how I look at it.
Nothing really to hang your hat on.
No, we had some good moments though this year. We did have some good moments.
Good moments and stuff like that, but it's just a C-. C.
Yeah, about a C- in that range. So.
Yep.
All right, let's get away from the Patriots. Pick a team, Joe. And we got 30 minutes left, so let's go for it.
Yeah, we got 30 minutes. Let's see.
I'm going to call my brother for fantasy football stuff, but
put him on the show.
Yeah, put him on the show. That'd be great. He's at work, unfortunately, today.
Okay. Let's go with the Arizona beating the Giants. Looking pretty good.
Boy, did the
Daniel Jones.
Step backwards.
Yeah, Giants step backwards. Daniel Jones looked like he looked like he did in week 1.
Well, no, they also said he has an ankle sprain too.
Ankle sprain, arm sprain. He was sacked, fumbled. He didn't really get the offensive going at all.
And unfortunately, the worst thing was Arizona wasn't that sharp either.
No, not really.
All we're doing now look, we're finding in the end zone out of all people to score touchdowns, their tight end David Arnold of the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah. I mean, Kyler Murray did have a pretty good game. I mean, he
Yeah, but
for
look at the last month,
244
though.
yards.
That AC joint is still bothering him.
A little, but he did have a pretty good. He had
I
an
mean,
okay game.
he really can't be able to run the football right now.
No.
That seems to be the problem in that situation. But Arizona needed to break that losing streak, and now they have a chance to prove next when they play the I think it's the San Francisco. Yeah, it's the San Francisco
49ers. Yep.
This week at Arizona. Funny enough,
they're hanging on for a thread for a playoff.
7-5. Well, right now they actually do own the last playoff spot.
Yeah, they're hanging on.
They're hanging on, but not by
just
much.
By a mitch.
Yep.
Yeah, the Giants really did need that one to stay in front of Washington, who picked up a win.
Well, let's talk about Washington, because Washington's going to have a quarterback change too this week.
Yep.
Dwayne Haskins is now going in. And guess what that means when he plays? We won't be passing the ball as much.
Probably not, no.
Nope, and look who he has to face to do it, the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, but their defense, actually, Seattle's defense can be passed on. Their corners aren't really that well.
No. I mean, look what they did against the Jets, 37-3. Big whoop.
That's the Jets. You could toss that game out.
Toss that game right out the window because Russell Wilson got to rest on the bench late in the third quarter.
The Jets get beat by Notre Dame football team. That's what they get beat by. Or by Clemson or by some college.
Hold on a sec, Joe. Oh, okay, you're turning the heat up. Okay, great.
They're turning the heat up on you. The roast, Coachy.
The room's just getting a slight little warm, I guess. So, but yes, Seattle's defense this year, I don't think it's been its best, except like you said, throw the Jets game away because that's nothing.
That means nothing.
Playing Washington, Seattle hasn't really played that well on the East Coast this year.
If Russell Wilson didn't have a huge game in their wins, they probably would have lost a lot more.
Yup. And Rashad Penny is coming back this week. He's playing.
Yep.
For Seattle. That was reported.
That should help.
That'll help a little bit. But, the running game has not been crisp as it's supposed to be. So, and don't forget, Lockett and Metcalf take turns of having one good week, then one bad week. Yeah,
that's true. And, I mean, it's all Russell Wilson. That whole Seattle team is Russell Wilson.
Yeah, it's on his back. It's on his shoulders.
It's on his head.
You don't give any credit to the offensive line for helping with the blocking either.
No, because I think he's been sacked, third most times in the league?
Yeah, he didn't get sacked very much the first 6 weeks of the season, and now all of a sudden he's getting killed.
Yeah, he's getting hammered. I mean, teams are playing their offense for zone coverage and not letting the wide receivers get in behind them. That's what they're sticking with. And I haven't seen Russell Wilson move out of the pocket and run, really. I haven't seen him scamper.
No, he hasn't done that too much at all lately.
I mean, when he was younger, he used to do that. He used to get out of the pocket and scamper.
Right.
Make those corners respect him a little bit more and lag off his wide receivers. But I haven't seen him do that lately. He's been in the pocket. He's been getting sacked, and his miraculous plays are going down. I mean, so
absolutely. Yeah. But
that's pretty much Seattle.
That's pretty much that. But yeah, Washington and the Giants. I mean, the Giants are very fortunate now that Washington's not starting Alex Smith. But but this is a big game now this week because if I'm not mistaken correctly, if the Giants lose and Washington wins, does the Washington football team win the division because they? Oh no, they
lost twice to the Giants.
Okay, that's right. So there's no then that would mean the Giants would have more pressure on themselves more than ever, meaning they'd have to win both and Washington would have to lose both. Yes,
correct.
Unless, of course, both teams win or both teams lose and it stays one game.
Yeah. If it ends in a tie, Giants yeah, because they beat Washington twice.
Yep. Okay, my next team, don't even pick a team for me. I got to talk about New Orleans and what their preparation was like against Philadelphia this Sunday. They were all thinking, yeah, we're coming into Philadelphia. There's a new quarterback coming in. We're going to go all over the place with him. No, Jalen Hurts played a really decent game, and Miles Sanders had an 82-yard touchdown run. Or was it 82 or 88?
It was in the 80 range. I know that.
The 80 range. I think it was 82. But, oh my. New Orleans did not have an answer for a while, and they did start to come back, but in that fourth quarter it was too little too late.
Yeah, I know. Their offense never got going.
Nope.
Their defense looked tired at the end from just being out on the field, and they got beat. They just got beat. I mean, credit to Philadelphia to putting their rookie quarterback in good position to win the football game. You know.
Absolutely.
Yep. I mean, he made some pretty good throws. He scrambled out of the pocket. He made some plays and stuff like that. But
Yup, absolutely. You know, but that was the upset of the week by far. It was that one.
Yep.
You know, and Philadelphia really has nothing to lose now because at this point they're really already eliminated unless miracles happen with that tie. But I think that's going to kill them right there. And then of course, you know, you're going to have a big question: are you going to bring back Carson Wentz, or are you going to get rid of him and eat up a lot of the salary?
Well, I don't know if the Eagles can get rid of Carson Wentz. I
don't think they can either because he signed a long-term deal.
Yeah, I think he has another 2 years on his deal or something like that, and it's big money. It's not small change.
No, it's not. It's not chump change. Put it that way.
No, it's not like you're picking up a postal stamp. You're picking up the whole.
No, you're not picking a stamp for 25 cents and going to the post office, but.
No, no. You're getting a prepackaged meal, high quality meal out the door.
Right. Absolutely. So, but New Orleans does have some news coming. Drew Brees is back.
Yeah, I think they overlooked Philadelphia. They overlooked that team, saying Drew Brees can come back the next week. Oh, we got Philadelphia. We'll take care of them with our backup quarter.
Oh, yeah? Well, guess what? You play like that, and guess what Kansas City's going to do to them on Sunday? Kill them.
Kill them. Yeah, Kansas City will beat them up.
We'll eat them alive, but.
Is that in?
All right.
Yeah, that's in Kansas City, right?
Nope, in New Orleans.
Okay. Maybe they have
425. It's on regular TV, albeit my cousin's watching the other games too. So.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. It's your turn to pick a team. I picked my own team, so you're next. Go ahead. Pick something out of the 32-team dictionary.
32 teams. You want to talk about Kansas City beating Miami?
Yeah.
33-27.
Yes, very good game, but don't blame Mahomes for 2 of the 3 interceptions he threw.
Yeah, they were tipped and
tipped.
Yep.
The third one was all him.
Yeah. But
on that one.
He still overcame that.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill was kept in check, but he did have that nice 33-yard TD run.
Yeah. When you're burned for that,
then you know what's going on. And they try and do a lot of things for it. But also, on Miami's side of the ball, Tua threw the ball 48 times.
Yeah, that's a lot for a rookie.
That's a lot for him. But
he actually
he played okay.
Yep. He actually had his first 300-yard game.
But I think Miami will be without Mike Gesicki this week. He did injure his shoulder after he scored 2 touchdowns.
Yep. So
unfortunate break for them. But Kansas City right now is the number 1 seed in the AFC, and and it looks like to me if I think if they do win and Pittsburgh loses, I think Kansas City clinches everything at this point.
I think so too. Yeah, Pittsburgh
That's
will.
What I was afraid of.
Well, only 1 bye this year, so Kansas City will get the bye.
Yup.
And
absolutely.
We'll talk about Pittsburgh in a little while.
Oh no, they're next. Don't you worry. They're the next team to talk about.
Okay, they're next.
When we finish Kansas City, but
Kansas City and
just
Miami.
don't. Even though you have one loss, don't just start playing mediocre.
I know.
Okay?
You still got
Because
two
the only
more games
because
left.
now, of course, if they clinched everything already, then oh boy, for all you fantasy football people, you better watch to see. You better pick up another quarterback because their starters may not be playing the entire game all next week, possibly.
Yeah, I think if they win in New Orleans this week, Kansas City will pick up.
Loses.
And Pittsburgh loses, that's automatic.
Yeah, because Pittsburgh doesn't play Kansas City, but you got 2 weeks to go.
Yeah, only 2 weeks. This football season flew by, huh? It's only 2 weeks left.
Yeah, I know.
Well, the regular season.
You got 3. This is only week 15.
15, but
and we've gotten through this football season, even though we've had to take a pause on a couple teams. We played a game on a month. We played games on Tuesday.
Wednesday.
On Wednesday. We have
5
a game
o'clock Wednesday.
Friday.
Yep.
We have a game tonight.
Yep. So
we play football every day of the week this year, which is a historic first.
Yeah, that is a historic first every day.
We never thought it would come to that at this point. So.
Yep.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Okay. This all started with Baltimore, as you know. They escaped.
Yeah.
Now we play Washington. They did nothing. Here comes Buffalo. Oh, boy, did the dropsies ever continue.
Yep.
Tremendously. And I mean Eric Ebron, DeAndre Johnson, Smith-Schuster. And the problem is Pittsburgh doesn't have a running game right now. They have nothing.
Yeah, they
ran. You're going to make Roethlisberger throw the ball 50 times a game. You can't do that. You're going to blow your arm out.
Well, Roethlisberger threw the ball for only 187 yards in that game.
And how many times did he throw?
37.
I thought he'd probably throw more than that.
I think he's injured. I think
it's that same knee injury that happened in Dallas.
Yeah, I know. But even with Pittsburgh, they attempted 10 rushing yards for 18 yards. They have no rushing game, and their offense is just not even in neutral. Their offense is not even existent.
It's like they've taken a step backwards.
Yeah, I know. It's like they forgot that side of the ball.
Well, Buffalo doesn't really have a running game right now either. But they have Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley.
They have weapons. They have actually people to throw the ball to.
I know. It's amazing. And by the way, I think Buffalo wins the division this week. If they win, somehow New England beats Miami.
Yep. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. But that'd be Buffalo's first division win
since 1995, is it?
Yeah. Since they
95 or 96.
Since they went to the Super Bowl 4 times in a row.
Yeah, well, they've got that division right where they want it, so shouldn't have an issue whatsoever.
The debate is Buffalo better than Kansas City?
No.
I don't think so.
No, advantage Kansas City. They can run the ball better than Buffalo.
Yeah, they can, but they can also create more plays out of nowhere. I think Mahomes can create, if he's scrambling
remember,
around.
Kansas City played at Buffalo, and you know what happened, right? The passing game in the second half went out the window.
Yeah. So, and they ran the ball. But
pretty much. So
I still say it's Kansas City in that division to win it all.
So do I in that whole conference. Yep. Absolutely. All right, pick your next team.
All right. Let's see what we got. We have about 15 minutes. Yep, we got a lot more. Let's see. I don't think we need to talk about Houston and Chicago.
Except for that game. Great job by Chicago in the first half. Lights out. It was done.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly.
Trubisky
had a nice game.
Yeah.
And Chicago's still alive for a playoff spot a little bit. Not much.
A little.
I mean, you're 6-7, so you still got a little bit of hope.
Yep. And Dallas and Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, that game was for Andy Dalton. That's why Dallas won.
Yeah. He actually had Cincinnati's horrible, anyways.
Yeah, well, we knew that. Of course, Cincinnati's playing in Pittsburgh Monday night, so.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. If Pittsburgh loses,
Pittsburgh doesn't beat Cincinnati.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
There's more trouble there than just
and then
anything else.
The panic mode's going to start.
Yep. Tom Brady had a nice bounce back game against Minnesota.
Brady, yes. And, the best thing that I saw out of that one was in the first quarter when he threw it to Scotty Jones, 44 yards. But you know what, though? I love what Minnesota did with Dan Bailey. He didn't make a single extra point or a field goal.
Yeah.
Oh, that was ugly.
Yeah.
Now, I assume he's going to get another chance this week, but that was horrific.
Yeah, that's not a good kick.
Every single kick hooked.
Yep. Even I think he kicked a 26-yarder and it hooked, or something like that.
Yeah. 33-yarder it hooked.
30. Yep. Yeah, that's when you don't pick up your kicker anymore out of the bus stop. You just you say,
leave him there at the bus stop.
Yeah. Here's a bus ticket.
Run behind the bus.
Yeah.
Run behind the bus.
Run behind the bus.
Let me see what other game.
Well,
I guess I can talk about the Rams. Right now, Jordan Akers had 194 all total yards, especially most of it was on the ground. And the Rams have another game, easy pickings. Here come the Jets into town.
Yeah.
But remember, though, when the Giants played the Rams, though, Giants played them tough.
Yeah, they did. But I think the Giants
I don't know how it's going to do.
I think the Giants are better than the Jets. The Jets had their chance to win when they
against the
Raiders, and they forgot who they were for 5 seconds. And that 5 seconds there, they got. I mean, Seattle beating the Jets 40-3 really doesn't mean anything because everybody beat.
No, they put in Geno Smith in the third quarter anyway. So.
The Colts.
Baltimore-Cleveland.
Baltimore-Cleveland.
Game of the week, probably best Monday night game of the year. That was nice. It was going nice and going back and forth. If you liked offense, that was your game.
Well,
but it took a turn with Lamar Jackson with cramps.
Yeah, it did. But I don't think Cleveland has no secondary. It got passed on. It got ran on. Yeah. I mean, Cleveland spent money on offensive side of the ball, but they forgot defense. I mean, they forgot it totally.
Both teams did that game.
Both teams did, but it's when you score 47 points on a team, it's your defense. It is.
And then the worst of it is, too, Joe, Baker Mayfield didn't do very much in that game until the fourth quarter. He had no touchdowns whatsoever.
Yeah. I think he ended up with 2 or something.
Yeah, he threw 2. But the thing was, you score your touchdowns late in the game, and then it comes down to a 55-yard field goal for Justin Tucker.
Yep.
And that was clutch. And then, of course, the final play of the game, Cleveland was just going backwards and more backwards anyway, so –
yeah.
And then, of course, the Las Vegas bookies were thrilled that there was a safety because that covered the spread.
Yeah. They're always happy.
Right. Yeah, I said, wow, these bookies are on the edge of their seats. I'm like, oh, man, we're going to lose by 3. I'm like, oh, no, congratulations. You just covered 5 points.
Yeah, somebody got a bag of money for that.
Yeah, you can thank the safety for that one.
Yep. But I still say Cleveland has no defense. No corners. No corners at all.
Cleveland right now is in a playoff spot, and they play the Giants tomorrow on Sunday night. So
we'll see that.
So we'll see how that game goes. If it goes better looking, it's going to be a nice, cold, toasty night in New York tomorrow, too. So
yeah. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if they bounce back.
Yep, absolutely.
Green Bay and Detroit.
That was a good game. That was a good game for a while.
Yep. Matthew Stafford looked okay. He actually looked okay throwing
Yeah, well, Devontae Adams is the star of the show, so.
Yeah.
That is new. Matthew Stafford played a decent game, even though he did get hurt and he came out of the game in the fourth, and he is questionable playing this week. So,
yeah, Aaron Rodgers was Aaron Rodgers. He played well.
Of course, and of course, you know how Fun with Green Bay has a game tonight against Carolina, which I believe there's no McCaffrey again.
Yeah, I think so too.
I have to wait for the final injury report. It comes out at 7:15 tonight. So.
Yep, you have to wait and see if you can plug him in on your fantasy team.
Yep. Well, I don't have him. I have Aaron Jones, so.
Okay.
So we don't have to worry about that. Let's see. What other team can I think of that I saw?
Let's see.
Tennessee, Derrick Henry, star of the show again.
Yep.
Against Jacksonville.
He's a beast.
He is a beast. No doubt about it. He's already got, I think he's over 1,000 yards now, I think.
Yeah, he is.
For the season.
It's
Indianapolis, Holy Crow. They had a great game against Las Vegas. They are in first place in the AFC South. This team has not quit. They have not stopped. T.Y. Hilton is on a tear.
Yep.
After he didn't have a single touchdown, now I think he has, 5 in his last 3?
Let's see. Yeah, he had two
more
during that.
Actually, he's got 4 in his last 3 games.
Yep. And Philip Rivers is
starting to heat it up.
Well,
yeah. That toe problem. He is starting to heat it up.
Yep.
So maybe Indianapolis, he signed a 1-year deal. Maybe he needs a couple more years. If he thinks that this was a good season for him, then I would say bring him back on board.
Yep. 1-year decisions.
Yep. And then, of course, the Raiders blew it against the Chargers on Thursday. That game went to overtime. I did watch the whole thing, and that was
Chargers quarterback's going to be Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We don't debate that. He's already won that.
He's won that.
There's no question in my mind. Anthony Lynn, I will still say it today, he should not get fired after the season's over. I think he gets a pass for another year. I really do.
I think so. He's actually won his past couple of games for the Chargers. And, he's developing a quarterback. He
found his quarterback.
He's found a quarterback. Now, keep the coach and let him build around it.
Right, and you know what? The wide receivers, Keenan Allen, yes, he was on a rep count. But you know what? He's got wide receivers out there that are pretty good. He actually, hopefully next year, his running committee will be healthy.
Yep.
And then his defense hopefully will be healthy. I absolutely give a pass on him getting fired. Keep him.
Yeah, keep both.
Keep Anthony Lynn because I love what he does and I love how he's a really good coach to me. I don't care what I don't care if he's black. He's a very good coach.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you.
There are some coaches that some coaches have already been canned, but
Yeah, some coaches are.
And we're still waiting for one more to get canned at the end of the season. So.
Yeah, there's usually 5 or 6 that get canned.
Yeah, right now I think there's already been 3 coaches that have been let go. I think. Correct? Am I right on that?
How many?
3.
3, yes.
3. Okay, Atlanta, Detroit, and who else? I forgot.
Atlanta, Detroit.
And somebody from the AFC, maybe.
Did Jacksonville can their coach?
No. No.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about bringing him back. I can't think of it right now.
The Jets haven't canned their coach yet.
No, he will be gone. He will be gone. You can bank on that.
There's only been 2.
There's been 2 then.
Or Chicago. Did Chicago?
No, Chicago still has theirs.
Chicago still theirs until.
Yep. There were rumors Mike McCarthy was going to get fired. They already put that down and says, no, we're giving him another chance next year. I said, yeah, give the coach a break here.
Yeah.
There's just they just talk about so many head coaches.
Yeah, I know. Let's talk about that for a couple seconds.
Go ahead. We got a couple minutes actually.
We got a couple minutes.
Do our Christmas thing. Go ahead.
Yeah. Head coaches. I think if you want to start your team out with a head coach and give them a chance, you got to give them at least 3 years. At least.
Yeah, that's about right. Yes.
especially if you're a bad football team starting off. If you're like the Jets or something like that, and you definitely do need to like
You
rebuild.
do need to make a change because Adam Gase is not – I mean, yeah, his first year he was okay, but this year is going wrong everywhere.
Yeah, everything's going
It's
wrong.
a disaster. You've already gotten rid of your defensive coordinator, so I think you need to let him go. I would probably say definitely for sure 2 years gone.
But if you get a coach that goes
– Oh, wait, I'm sorry, Joe. That's right. There were 3. Houston,
yeah. Forgot Houston.
Yep. Go ahead.
But yeah, if you really establish a coach in this league, you do need to give him like 3 years, because if he shows promise in his first year going 8-8 and stuff like that, and then he's able to build through the draft and find the quarterback. You need to find the quarterback and a coach, and then build your team a little bit.
Well, don't forget the general manager. You need to get him in there too. That's how it starts as well. He needs to put the pieces together.
Yeah, the general manager is, unless you're Jerry Jones and you control everything and he's a
dictator.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't listen to anybody and stuff like that. And you just have mediocre 8-8 seasons, or not even. But I say 3 years. You got to give a head coach 3 years. And you got to build around him. You got to let him manipulate his system. You got to give him the quarterback to let him build an offense and then build a defense. It's not just 1 year. You can't really do it in 1 year, especially if you take over from another coach and stuff like that. It's just like they're not your players. They really sometimes don't even listen to you because you're just like your first time there. If you're not like a really highly decorated coach, you just lose faith in players. I mean, they don't listen to you.
Absolutely right.
But that's what I think. You got to give a coach at least 3 years.
And you know what? It's not just football, Joe.
No, it's not. It's in basketball, in college basketball.
It seems to me baseball. It seems like baseball, you only really get 2 years, and then if you don't do it, you're gone. And the hockey, same thing. 2 years. Basketball, 3 years. You know, the average is about 2 to 3 years.
Yep. Average. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
You know, that's how I look at it. But down the road, we'll probably discuss again. Because the last time I remember a team had a coach that lasted 1 year in the NFL was for Arizona. I think it was Vance Joseph, who's now a defensive coordinator. I think there were 2 coaches that only lasted 1 year in the NFL, and then they got rid of them.
Yeah, I think so too. But
I know Vance Joseph was one of them, but I don't remember the other one.
Yeah.
But
I think anyway, we're almost out of time. If you got anything else,
we got to do our Christmas thing right now. Let's get it out of the way since we got like 3 minutes left.
I'm not even worried about the Christmas thing. I told them we didn't have time. You want to do a Christmas thing?
Yeah,
we're gonna have a show next week.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You know what? We can. It'll probably have to be next Saturday though again because it's Christmas Day. Yeah. Even though I'm off Christmas Eve, I'll be off. We better have one more show next week before New Year's. I would have to say that. Yep. It would have to be on a Saturday because I know Christmas Eve might be too tough for both of us, and Christmas Day is going to be too tough.
Yeah. Okay. So, I agree.
Anyway, I will say this to everybody before we leave off the air for bye-bye intros. I hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas, and I know you're not going to be able to see a lot of family and friends this year, but if you want to see your friends, talk to them on live video on Facebook. Yep. Do it on Zoom. You know, at least if you can't be with the family for the holidays, at least you can see them in the video and you can just say something good and stuff because this has just been a tough year for us all.
It has been.
2020, but we're waiting for 2021, and we're ready to get on with the next year, and we hope everything gets back to normal. But we want to take the time to wish everybody at Nutmeg TV a happy and safe holiday.
Merry Christmas and
even
stuff
though we
too.
are not at the studio, we are
Yep.
from our homes, but we will one day wind up getting into the studio and doing something fun eventually. So
yeah, we'll do that and stuff like that. And just a Merry Christmas. Wishing you happy, safe,
and then
Merry
our next
Christmas.
episode will probably be a little bit of the review from what the sports have been like for 2020 in our next episode, along with other games to discuss. So,
yeah. All right. This has been the Sportsman Show. I've been your jolly host, Joe Musel, along with my decorative co-host. Go ahead.
Yep, thank you. I'm Jason Coach de Carols. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe to us on YouTube, and have a very good happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and
all those
happy
things.
Kwanzaa.
Yep, happy holidays,
See you later,
guys.
everybody.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.